Hey, good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another episode on BTT Impact. I'm your host, Van Walters. Thank you guys for joining us today. If it's your first time here, you guys know what to do. You gotta hit that like and subscribe button so you can get all the contents when I put them out. If you're a return viewer, just want to thank you guys again for your love and your support. Always, it's truly appreciated. Without you guys, my contents won't be going anywhere. Thank you guys for they're going out there and they're touching people, and having people reach out to me, telling me about their stories. You know, Sooner or later, we plan to have like sit down chats with other ladies and their about their journey and um, some things that we women put up with. Um, but anyways, as we were talking about in the last podcast, we spoke on how I was indecently touched by a police officer, and later to find out that that police officer is actually related to the man that I got married to. Um, when I don't exactly remember how it played out, but I did tell um, my husband that is this family member of his sexually assaulted me in his car when I was a little girl. Um, he was upset about it, but as you know, and nothing came out of it because it was still kept hushed, um, and still kept kind of hushed up to this day. Because you know what, I've grown. I've already released that to my mom, and you know I've come to a stage where I healed from that, where I actually see this guy. I've seen this guy numerous times afterwards. I actually remember this guy came to Canada one time. Um, he visited us at our family house. Um, when my mom or somebody told me that he was coming there, I was furious about it. I stayed upstairs in my room. I did not come downstairs until I think it was my brother that called me. They called me downstairs when he came to the house, out of respect to say hi and what's not. I came down, I looked at him. Uh, yeah, I just did not, I was not comfortable, but, and then he gave the story, like, out of nowhere. I was giving him not a welcoming feeling. I didn't make him feel welcome when he came to the house. So he said to my brother, one time I give this girl a ride, and the cars then just go automatically lock. The car automatically lock. This girl think I lock car and horn, this and that. In my head, I'm like, wow, this motherfucker thinks he's smart about automatic lock and this and that. But it was, I got over it. I got over it, guys. I did. I let it go because, you know what, I'm at the stage in my life where it's like certain things in life, I just can't hold on to them and I don't blame myself for them. I just see them as the wrongdoing of the other person, but what could we really do at the end of the day, right? But that is, yeah. But in order for me to heal from those things, I had was to talk to my mom. I had to let her know what all that was going on. Right? She said to me to come home because she was in St. Vincent at the time. She said to me to come home and take a break. because I honestly felt like I was hitting rock bottom. She said to me to get my ticket to come to St. Vincent, and she'll give me, and then after St. Vincent, me and her will go to Tortola together for 2 weeks. So within the month, I was packed and ready to go on my solo vacation that I've never went on before. I told him that I spoke to my mom and she told me to come home and take a break and clear my head of all that's been going on between me and him. I said to him, I'm gonna go home for 2 weeks and I need you to drop me to the airport. And I need you to, He said, okay. Before I left, we had some deep conversations, some really, deep conversation about what's really going on in the relationship and what's not. I was going over some of the traumas that he had been going through as a child. And I told him he needs to hear from that in order for him to love me correctly, in order for him to love me effectively. I needed him to, forgive certain people in his life and get over certain things in his life. The first thing I wanted him was to do is to call his mom. He had this thing, he does not call his mother mom, he calls his mom by her first name. I don't know, I find that pretty disrespectful. I've told him that many times. I'm like, I don't find it right you calling your mom by her first name. It just seems so disrespectful. It's like you have no respect for her and what's not. He gave me a backstory on it and what's not. I'm like, yeah, but you're a grown man now. I'm not saying to call her mommy and this or that, but at least give her the respect that she deserves. Call her mom. Right? I said to him, our parents made some of these choices that I'm sure that they're not proud of today, but we can't hold that against them. If they knew better, I'm sure they would have done better. I said, I need you to call your mom and let her know all the things that's bothering you. Tell her you forgive her and you love her. This is probably one of the biggest things, the biggest step I've ever seen him taken, towards a healing process. I said to him, I feel like you have let me down so much. You have failed to love me effectively. Please do not fail your daughters. Show them what to expect from a man. I know leaving them with him, he will have to step up his game and take care of those little girls. Show them effective love. Be there for them when they call. Be the one and only one they can turn to when I'm not there. Right? So I did that. We continue working together still, like regular. Every day that we go to work, I will connect my phone to the Bluetooth to the truck to listen to my podcast. It's about self-elevating, emotional intelligence, communication, love, business, and blah blah. He even began to ask me questions and found some of what they were saying interested. Even began to listen to them on his own. I will do this on a daily while we're commuting to work. There will be some that will mention some sort of things he feel short on. He will ask me if these are the things he should start implying in his life. It was honestly most on how to love effectively, and I was trying to educate him on how to show me effective love. Not to show me alone effective love, but to show people that surround him effective love, right? The day came, closer for me to travel my soul. I remember on the day when we sat and chat about why and how things, why and how we got married and all. And all my life I only knew him. Both of us said yes, we got married because of the situation that we were in, with being in church, and I was pregnant. And so we got married, so I can give him his paper. We were too young to know what love is, but we just kept it going because we did love each other, but we were honestly not prepared nor ready for the choices that we made in life. I remember telling him I don't know no other way to love him. I've never experienced a loving or any sort of sexual relationship with anyone else but him. He was the only man I've ever been with my entire life. He said to me, well, maybe you should try with somebody else. That was, when he said that to me, I was like, wow. God. Okay. Anyways. Anyway, the day came. The day of my leaving, I got ready to go to the airport. Him and all the kids accompanied me to the airport to see me off on my vacation. It was a very emotional time for the entire family because I've never went away without my babies for more than a day. I gave them all hugs and kisses. I even gave Mr. Grant a hug and a kiss. He said to me, go and enjoy yourself to the best and live it to the fullest. And off I went to board the plane. While on the plane, I cried for a while, knowing that I left my baby alone without me. It was heartbreaking. It was a heartbreaking moment for me, but I knew they were in good hands. I arrived in St. Vincent. I stayed at my grandma's house with my mom. First few days, I was feeling so bad for leaving my babies, for leaving the little ones behind, but I know he would have taken care of them for the short time I would have been gone for. I was chatting to them every day on video chat. While I was in St. Vincent, me and my mom sat and chat about the things I was going through, and I told her I was tired. My mom knew about some of the situation that I was going through because when everything she's around, whenever she's around, she will see everything was left on me alone to do. Most of the time in the relationship, she would see me go to work, just like him, come home and still do all my other duties while he's in the basement playing the music or on his phone playing games. Or just sitting and chatting with my mom. It honestly gave me a reviving feeling to get all these things off my chest. After all that settled, I started just enjoying this solo vacation I was on. I was going on the beach daily for that therapeutic feeling of the water just flowing over my body. Some days me and my cousin them will play music and we'll cook on the beach and stuff like that. We will we will still communicate and what's not. Me and him will communicate and what's not on a daily, like to see how the kids are doing, what's going on and whatever. Now that my vacation is over in St. Vincent, we went to Tortola with my mom. There I stayed with my mom and her husband at their apartment. It was my first time in Tortola, so I knew nothing about the place. My first thing was, where do I get my herb? And I know I couldn't ask mom nor my stepdad to go buy me some herbs. So I knew my stepdad brother has a daughter over there. So I messaged him to get her number. Um, and I linked with her. And she told me that her boyfriend, I can get it from her boyfriend and what's not. So I told my mom I wanted to go pick up something from Uncle Donald's daughter. Her husband and her knew what I was going to get. So we went. To the guy's workplace to go pick up my herbs. When my mom and dad smelled the herb in the car, they started panicking. They started saying, "We don't do these things. What if the cops pulled us over?" And the whole long line of story, like in my head, I was dying. Like, guys, it was not even like 2 grams of herb. Anyway, we made it home safe. We didn't get pulled over by the cops. Everyone was safe. I knew this 2 grams wasn't gonna last me for a long time. I went on Facebook to search for my cousin that I know, that was living there. So I messaged him and I told him that I'm in Tortola and I wanna get some herb. In about a day or so, he linked me and he brought me a nice portion of herbs. My stepdad and my mom, they showed me around the place. There's a resort where there was a resort close to where I was staying called Nanaki. It was like a 5 minutes walk. It was my daily chill spot. When my stepdad goes out to work during the day, I was there, me and myself. My friend, I had a friend in St. Vincent that told me about a friend in Tortola. He's lyrically bad, like lyrically sick with his music. So when I got there, I inquired about him. Lo and behold, he was working at Nanaki, but he wasn't at work that day. But I met this other cool dude named Will, he's an English guy, and he was one of Jalan's co-worker. He brought me a few drinks at the bar. We chat and laughed like we knew each other. Jalan was actually on site, but he was not working. He was just chilling with some people on the other side. So he came to the bar to get drinks, and Will said, just the man that we're looking for." So Will introduced me to him, and so I told him who told me about him. He said, "Oh, okay." So we all sat down, we drank, we smoked, and we chat away. I'll go to Nanaki every day because the atmosphere there was just the right place for me to unwind and distress my world of stress. A couple nights before, Jalan and Will go bar hopping at nights. I remember before I left, Will and another friend took me on a boat ride to a ship with a restaurant in the middle of the ocean. It was only accessible by boat. It was an amazing experience. I was out there living my best life with no worries and no stress in the world. I swear, it was amazing. The time that I spent in St. Vincent and in Tortola, like just that 4 weeks by myself, man, blissful. Swear. Oh, vacay was over. Back to Canada, me and my mom goes. I was so excited to see my little ones. I couldn't wait to hold them in my arms and squeeze them, but dreading going back to this man. But I had to.